It looks like we are live.
Cool.
Good.
Yeah,
Hey,
right.
everybody. We're here live. Derek
Right.
and I, we get talking before we go live, and we start having these incredible conversations. And then we're like, oh my gosh, we were supposed to start going live. So here we are. Our apologies. We are going to be more punctual in showing up when we say we're going to, so we're not into these deep conversations. But today is really another opportunity in this session to serve and to support you and reaching those big 2023 goals. And as mentioned on the live, we thought it was a great time to really jump back into goals, because statistically, by the middle of January, most people have put those big goals or resolutions on the back burner and have gotten stuck into that old way of living and being that's not moving them towards what they want. So we're going to, in this masterclass, discuss and share some practical principles and tips to move you towards getting on the frequency of your goals and the importance of getting clear around what you want. So it's Derek Rowe here from the Drowe Method. Thank you, Derek, for joining me. And if you're joining us, so more people can see this live, we would really appreciate it if you did a thumbs up or a heart, if you left a comment, where are you from? And again, this is free. There is no cost. This is a gift for you. Derek is an incredible mindset and fitness and nutrition coach out of Malta. And many of you know me from Diamond Mind Consulting. I've been teaching and mentoring with Bob Proctor for many years. I have a background, in energy and vibrational medicine. I was with Tony Robbins for many years. So we're here just to serve and to have these great conversations to support you, especially as we're starting a new year. So welcome, Derek. Thanks for being here with me.
Thanks, Tara. Pleasure as usual. And like Tara said, this is the perfect time to reset, should we say, reset your mindset, but also reset your goals. Because what we're going to share will not only be useful, but once you continue on the journey and continue all it is about stacking up small wins on a daily basis. And we will get into all of that. And it's not about inspiration. It is about giving you something that you can actually use straight away. I think that's the most important thing. A lot of people take in useless and useful information, but do nothing with it. And it's like we go back to the New Year's resolutions. It's all in your mind. Oh yeah, it's a great idea, but when the shit gets tough, then everything gets pushed aside. And what does that create? A shitty feeling. Whereas when you can combat that with what we believe is very useful, but it's not only me and Tara believe it, it's countless other people that have used it as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to tonight. It's going to be mind blowing.
Yeah, tonight for you and this morning for me.
Oh yeah, well,
And just as a reminder, every Thursday, Derek and I are going live here. We're using technology for the good. So we hope that you're here using technology for the good with us, because most people are using it against themselves. We get to use it for the good. So you can join us every Thursday at 10 a.m. We're going to be more punctual. 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And they're over in Central Europe.
7 p.m.
Oh, it's 7 p.m.
Central European time, CET.
Okay.
6 p.m. Irish time, because I'm living in Malta, but I am Irish. You missed that part.
Important.
I don't want to be in Malta. I love Malta, but I like where I'm from. I'm an Irishman.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so let's discuss this, right? Like, this is such an important topic, like getting on the frequency of your goals. And I was thinking a lot about this and jumping into this masterclass or this session with you. Now, I think that the first step, which is most important, is to, first of all, figure out, what do you want? I think most people don't know what they want. And it is important that you do take the time to pull out a journal and a pen, which is one thing that Derek and I have suggested as you come to these sessions to bring your journal and pen and to spend some time just asking yourself, like, what do I want? Like, I have this one wild and precious life, right? I have purpose. I mean, you are important. There's a reason why you're here. What do you really want? What do you really love to do? And to start writing a list of things personally and professionally in your life that you would like to create this next year. This is a new year, right? You have a clean slate. You get to create anything you desire. You are, I love how Marie Diamond says, like, you are the magician of your life. And you get to take some time and just write it down. And I'd write that out at the top of the piece of the paper, like, what do I really want? And maybe even if all things are possible, you know, what would I love to create in this next year? Now, you have to believe that all things are possible. Our beliefs are really dictating our behaviors. So, you know, I would suggest that you're going after really big goals and dreams. I think most people are aware of what they don't want. So if you're one of those people that's jumping on this session with us, and let's say you're just not really very happy, maybe your emotional state isn't great, you're carrying extra weight, your relationships are crap, the money's not coming in, the clients aren't coming in, you are more than aware of what you don't want. Now, we don't want to focus on that, because when you understand the way universal laws work, whatever we focus on grows. But what you can do, because awareness is key, you're aware of what you don't want, flip those things into what would you love? And you're going to have to use your imagination. And that's why I said you got to use your imagination. You got to use your mental workshop to create the goals and the desires that you want. And when you start focusing on that, by law, when you understand, then you're going to start moving towards more of what you want versus more of what you don't want. What are some of your suggestions, Derek?
Yeah, something popped into my mind that's important, because like, that is the starting point. Like, what do you want? You know, do you really know what you want? And I suppose how to do that is, like Tara made a great suggestion. Take a notebook. You start writing out your wants. You'd be quite surprised how many wants you could have. But what that does automatically, oh shit, now how are you thinking? Because you're actually thinking, okay, it's not about thinking positive, but you're thinking about stuff that you want that's going to enhance your life. So that's a good start already. Pen to paper. Oh shit, this is actually pretty cool what I can achieve. Listen, what I know is this: humans are humans, and what is going to happen, this is guaranteed. And I feel, from working with a lot of people and from talking to a lot of people on a weekly basis, it is the awareness. And what you have to be aware of other people, and you have to be aware of your behavior. And what I mean by that is, we'll just take someone on a weight loss journey. Now, this is excellent. You know what you want. It's fucking a huge goal. Whatever that is, that's going to be your success and your ideal body shape. That's great. And then we break it down, which we will get to what are the steps to achieve that. But along that road, everywhere, it's like, listen, it's like being at war. There's minefields everywhere. And these are people are the minefields. So it's like, you're in good form and you could go on social media and all of a sudden you see other people. And then your feeling goes, and then your mood goes. Then it's like, oh, fuck this, eating clean, it's not working. And you go to the crisps. Then, you know, it goes back in a cycle again. Whereas when you're aware, you can go, nope, this is what I want. Like Tyre said, it's imprinted in your head. Now it brings you back on course. Then it'll be people. Could be friends. It could be your family. Oh, go on, come on, it's only one night out. So you've been doing well. Then you go out for the night, and guess what? A month later, you're still not back on it. So it is going to take a huge effort for you to achieve what it is you want. And what we're talking about is big. We're not talking about losing a couple of kilos or making a grand or two here, just being okay, living an average life. We're talking about huge goals. And at the start, you may not believe it. You might think this is never going to happen, because you're right. It's not going to happen if you give up too easily. And this is, you know, the environmental, especially the people will play and have a major influence in your life until you get to a certain level. And that level could be 3 months, it could be March, it could be April, it could be May, where you're then strong enough to go, do you know what? Don't need that shit. And actually, you've those people coming to you then for advice. So I just wanted to say that part, because I think it's important, because even though it's great knowing what you want, day-to-day life gets in the way. And I feel I needed to share that part, because for everybody is going to have certain people, not that they mean to bring you down or not, they don't have any intention, but it's just the way people are behaving. It's their normal actions. It's their programming, as we call it.
Yeah, and this is a great segue to the frequency, right? Because the results that you're getting currently are because you're on that frequency. So you've probably heard, like, you vibe like the 5 people you spend the most time with. So it is important for you to take a look at, okay, get clear, what do I really want? And then take an honest look at your life. Take an honest look at the people you're spending time with. Take an honest look at your habits. By the way, your habits are so important. How you're showing up, that's a big part of your self-image. Like, are you on the frequency of what you desire? That, and it does feel like a lot of work at first, because the results that you're currently getting, let's say you are carrying too much weight and you don't feel good and you have some health issues. Well, if you take a look at your environment, the frequency is supporting that. You probably have some really bad habits. Like Derek says, he uses the word crisp, but you're probably eating too much crap and spending too much time with people that are at the same frequency. Your habits and your behaviors are all at that frequency. So that's where the hard work comes in, because it's not part of who you are yet. So you got to get on the frequency of what you desire. And, when I think of frequency, I think of, like, we all have these cell phones, right? In order for even Derek and I to jump on this call with you and to be here using media for the good, we had to both click a link. We had to get on the same frequency. And this is what we're talking about when it comes to frequency. And it feels extremely hard at first, because it's not a part of who you are. Where you are right now is here. And the goals, all your desires, the things that you would love to create this year, they're on a higher frequency. So your thoughts, your actions, the people you spend time with, the food you're eating, the movement and the things that you're doing have to be at that frequency. And that's where the hard work comes in, because it's not part of you. And then it becomes easy. I'm thinking of Neville Goddard, and, this is where you're living in this place of ease, because once you form those habits and you become that person, it's easy. It's just, it's not easy at first because it's not part of you. And so this is where most people give up. Most people just, they fall into those, again, very negative thinking and negative habits and patterns, and they go back to the same person they were. So it's going to take some effort. Yet there is an effortless way. The effortless way, I can tell you right now, is being on the frequency of your goals and your dreams. That's the effortless way, because you feel better, you're fit, you're healthy, you have high vibration people around you. Your thoughts are positive and of a leader. That is the effortless way up here. So I hope you're writing down some thoughts around this, because it's just the way we're programmed. Again, that genetic and environmental programming keeps us locked in. We get literally locked into living and being this way. And then when we're not reaching our goals and dreams, what do? We project. We blame, we go into comfort and complacency. I mean, good luck with that. You're going to get to exactly where you're going if you stay here. That is on you. Success and failure is on you, because there are recipes, there are science-based recipes that if you can get on the frequency, they work every time. But you're going to have to, again, and I always think that's the starting point, you're going to have to take responsibility for where you're at now and make a decision. And that's another key point here, is you got to make a decision. You got to raise your standards. Otherwise, you're going to stay here.
Yeah.
So success and failure is on you.
Listen, it's all fear-based with people. Again, the amount of people I talk to that are just programmed in a way for fear. It's just everything is, oh, I don't know whether I can do this and all of this. Like your language has to get clear. But first of all, lads, we all have to go through some pain. So in my book, there's two types of pain, right? There's the pain of repeating the same actions over and over that just lead back to the same result. And that's the person, it could be you, that are going, yeah, I'm going to do this Monday. I'm going to go and have a big blowout of food, drink, drugs, sex, maybe all of it over the weekend, then definitely Monday. Then Monday comes out, we're not in the humor, it's too inconvenient, I do it now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've been there, I was this person, and I know a lot of people are like this. So there's that pain, because the reality of it is, I had a conversation the other day, Tara, and I goes, where has the last 10 years gone? It was like, boom, that. Now, that gave me a bit of a spur. I'm actually making bigger goals here now. But for a lot of people, I'm not sure whether they're aware. We touched on awareness. So there's that pain of actually waking up 10 years later and going, oh my God, I have not changed. My life is the exact same. This is the programming we're talking about. This is the conditioning we're talking about. Every day is the same. If you actually followed your day when you're in that, it's like on that wheel, the actual every day is the same. It's like, what's that for the Groundhog Day? Year later, okay, I'm going to change New Year's resolutions. Shit, 2 weeks in, already finished beating yourself up. Whereas what's the other pain? The other pain, right, is some sacrifice. It's like a tough workout. It's like if you said, right, I'm going to work out every day for X amount of days, no matter what. It's going to be painful. You won't want to do it. But what's on the other side of that is a good feeling. And as what Tara is talking about is uplifting your frequency. Is there another word? Is heightening your frequency, whatever. Then you get used to it. You reset. Now this is your norm. And this is what I'm trying to get everyone to understand, really, because I've only started understanding this a couple of years ago. I'm only in this a short while. But in saying that, choose your pain wisely. And if you want to progress, there's going to be sacrifice. It's going to take longer than a couple of weeks or a couple of months. But what will happen is everything externally will change. It won't be just your appearance, but good things will start to happen. And that comes through the work. And what I really like is an analogy. I didn't come up with this. I don't know who said it, but the work instills the worth. So I'm pretty sure you're worth it, and it's time to take that step, because where else do you end up?
Yeah, I like that. And I love your accent. So the work installs the worth, right? And you have to see you're worth it. This is where it's so important that you get clear on what you really want. I think too, once you decide on some of those wants, and I think a lot of people, especially jumping on calls with different people, a lot of people, want to lose weight. A lot of people want to find their dream partner. A lot of people want to bring in more clients and create, higher levels of success. You have to make sure that whatever you want, it inspires you. And I think for a lot of people, I was thinking about this, for most people, losing 10 pounds doesn't necessarily inspire them. Because the paradigm, that programming is so locked in. And a lot of people that are carrying excess weight, when you understand the way consciousness works, weight is protection. And there's a lot of beliefs that are actually interwoven into why that person's carrying that extra weight. So you got to go deeper. What would you be able to do if you lost that weight, right? Maybe you'd be able to fit really great into that dress that you love, or you'd be able to spend more time actively with, let's say, your kids or something. You have to find a deeper why behind what you want, because you might be setting yourself up to fail when you're just focusing on losing the 10 pounds. There has to be something that's going to keep moving you towards that. Because if you're carrying extra 10 pounds, for a lot of people, it's more than 10 pounds, and you just feel crappy every day, there's a lot of worth beliefs that are getting in the way for sure there. But you got to go deeper. How would I feel? How would I look? How would I be able to show up better? And what is that bigger why? Like, why do I want this? And I think that one thing that is getting in the way for a lot of people is the past. It's the past failures. It's the past hurts. It's all the past crap. So I know with my clients, what I've been doing as we've been starting a new year is I've been encouraging all my clients to take a look at 2022, because again, we just keep continuing these patterns year after year. It's why you don't lose the weight. Every year it's like, oh, I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to form these habits, and then you don't. It's because we've got to release. We've got to take a moment of reflection, and we got to go, okay, what didn't work in 2022? What do I need to release? What do I need to forgive? I think that's really important, because if you continually beat yourself up, and there's this pattern of self-sabotage, which there is for a lot of people, and that's why they go to the same goal. I'm going to lose 10 pounds this year. And yet that's a pattern and maybe a goal that you've had for 10 years. You got to forgive and release that. What are all those patterns and habits, maybe hurts, resentments that you've been carrying? And it's time to close up 2022. And it's time to just honestly reflect. I think a lot of people are dishonest with themselves. So this is where you're only going to reach the level of success to your ability to be really real and honest. That's why I really connect with Derek, because even though the journey has been shorter for you, Derek, as you mentioned, you've created some massive success by just getting really real and honest. And I think that is a really great starting point for a lot of people. And in order, you've got to close up that older version of you, the ways that you haven't reached your goals. And again, just forgiveness, release, and then really focus all your energy on, okay, because we got to learn from our past. When you know you can do better, you do better. There's a lot of things that didn't work in 2022 for you. So what are your non-negotiables as you move towards those goals that you want? You got to be crystal clear. You've got to have a bigger why. What's your commitment? And even write that down that this is what I'm going to create this 2023. These are my commitments to myself, because I'm worth it, because you do only have one life. And you probably have a lot of people around you depending on you. So you got to lead. I mean, the leader you're looking for, again, is you. So you got to lead. If you're not happy, the best way to feel better is to make those commitments and lead by example, because that's going to inspire other people in your life.
Yeah, and touching off of that, like people's past, yeah, it's like really there is no place for it. And I know for me, and I can speak for probably billions of people when I say this, that people are stuck in the past, and it could be you stuck in the past. And it's the continuously beating yourself up. Why did I do that? This and that. And like, imagine like that way of living, because I know I don't even have to imagine it. I fucking lived it. And some days I can still live it and I have to snap myself out of it. I'm still only scratching the surface myself. But what happened to me started 3 years ago, but didn't click until about 18 months ago, was actually, do you know what? My reality is, this is the truth. No matter what, the money in my bank is the truth. How I look and how I think is the truth, and how I operate is the truth. So that's like, I don't think many people, that'd be the first protocol. Give yourself an honest review. Then exactly what Tara said. What do you want? And we'll get down to, before we finish this call, we'll get down to breaking it down. But your pain is your purpose. What do I mean by that? Your pain is your purpose. That should be your driving force. It has to be your driving force to get you out of the shit. So if you're in any type of shit at the moment, whether it's ill health, bad relationships, negative behavior, because all of that mixed together is what gives depressive feelings, we will say. Because of course it gives it, because like at the end of the day, if you keep beating yourself up, that's what you get more of. So you take that pain. Now, this is easier said than done. And you have to ask yourself the question, do I want to keep doing this to myself? And I'm pretty sure the answer is no. So then yes, close down, because it is important to have an exit strategy and going, that is not a part of my life anymore. But it's then about committing. And again, you're going to have to do the pain of sacrifice here to get yourself to a certain level where you can look back and review and go, fuck, I didn't think I was capable of that. What else am I capable of? And you continuously take those steps. Tara touched on something earlier on. You will always go back to, and I'm definitely said this before in one of these lives. It's like I hear people, oh yeah, the next 12 weeks and I can't wait to get to the results. And I'd ask yourself the question, well, is this not for the rest of your life? But people don't think like that. They think in little small fucking blocks. This is another big problem. They're only thinking of 12 weeks. So, and I'll give you, I had a gym in Ireland and people used to come in. They'd come out of it shredded. Men, women, loved it. They go, I'm going to take a break for a week. I've done well. I wouldn't see him again. 6 months later, they'd be holding their head in shame by me. And I go, hey. And they go, oh, Derek, we never went back to the gym, because they set their timeline to 12 weeks. This is a lifestyle. It is a lifetime project of you being the best you can be, because my best is different than yours. Tara's is different. And we use that pain as your launch pad. As your launch pad, and you do everything it takes, and you go through that pain of whatever, workouts, changing your behavior, relationships, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. And then you get to a stage where actually everything has changed around you. But that is what you have to pay with. It's the price. I think Bob Proctor said that, you have to pay the price. So what is the price you're going to pay today? Because it's going to be a very painful year if it's going to continue in the same direction, because that's all you get is the same of the same. Programming doesn't change. But the good news is you have everything within. You have all the resources. It might just take something. I say, Tara says, or someone else says today, you go, you know what? I am doing this and I'm going all in. So like Tara said, what do you want? Now you have what you want. Do you have the resources to get it? Pretty sure you do. Then all you have to do is, Tara, break it down into actionable next steps, non-negotiables, as you said.
Yeah, so we're going to just close out this live session with 5 steps to really setting the right goal and then being able to move forward and reach that goal. So make sure to write this down, and we'll put this in the copy below. But the first step is just, make a list. Make a list of all the things that you would love personally and professionally this next year to create. And again, go into your mental workshop, use your imagination, allow yourself to dream. And in order to do that, just get your mind really calm and quiet. The second step, my apologies, is to choose out of that list what you really, really want. Because you might write a list of 100 things. So go through the list. What would you really love to create this next year, personally and professionally? The third step is your why. Why do you want to do that? You're going to have a bigger why. And just get really clear on why. A lot of people, when they're going into their why, they'll say, why I got to do this for my kids, or it's usually quite superficial. So I would suggest that you ask yourself that. There's the power of the 7 levels of why. Why do I want this personal and professional goal? And keep asking yourself that 7 times. The fourth step is forgive the past. Forgive and take that time to release anything that's not serving in 2022, because you cannot create and manifest your 2023 if you're taking crap from the past, all the ways that you didn't show up, right? All the guilt, the shame. It just, a big part of that forgiveness is going to be to maybe forgive yourself. And then, of course, the 5th step, take action. What do you need to do in order to reach those goals and reach those dreams? So take action, and just affirm right now and put that in the chat. Yeah. I am an action taker, because that's going to have to be part of, again, the frequency that you got to get on is that I'm going to take action. And just in any way, every day that you take action, celebrate. I always say imperfect action. Just what's that one thing I'm going to do today that's going to move me closer to my goals and my dreams? So again, these 5 steps to getting and reaching your goals, I hope you wrote that down. And I encourage you to just every day be reading that list, and most importantly, taking action on it. And if you follow this, again, there's no cost. We're just here showing up and supporting you. And please share this. If there's somebody that could use these words of wisdom, of course, that are not ours. Derek and I have worked with incredible mentorship and material that we're sharing with you. Please share it with somebody else. If you do this, you are going to reach your goals. you are going to reach those big goals this year. And that's what we want to see. We want to be here to really support you in taking action and moving forward.
100%. And, you know, it boils down to this has been a really good life. And what Tara and I have shared with you, it works, it's proven. But when it comes down to it, it's you. This is on you. Like, are you capable of doing it? I'm pretty sure you are. Are you willing to sacrifice now to make these habits stick? And they're not just habits, because what we're saying will actually give you everything. If you actually just talked about the fitness, you got the body, well, that gives you way more than the body. The body actually doesn't matter. It's the feeling it gives you. So that is the work. So it is time to roll up the sleeves, put the head down and do the work. Not expect anything, not go after 3 months. Or that doesn't work and be all entitled. No, do it for the rest of the year. I can't guarantee it, but you will. Listen, you'll be in 100 times better situation by applying the advice that has been given right here, right now for you, especially for you, that person who needs it.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for being here with us. We look forward to jumping on our next masterclass, next session, next Thursday. Again, don't just be a spectator, be a participator, right? Share your thoughts with us and take action on these principles. And we've laid out a 5-step process that you can start applying today. Again, there's no cost. This is for you. So take action. Okay. Yeah. Bye, everybody. Make it a great day.
Bye.